And that's how I figured out that women's ice hockey is hard to get aroused by. Hey everybody, welcome to Gamers Gotta Whine here on the Co-oping Toward Hatred channel. This is Scott Charboneau of the Dudes on Movies podcast.
Hey, what's up?
I am Johnny Vinyl, of course. Not of course. If this is your first episode, you don't know, but
It's him. I can vouch.
Yes, this is our
It's
logo.
really him.
Boom. Still the same old crappy logo, but we're going to might get a new one soon. Anyway, on this show, what we do is we discuss a gaming controversy, kind of break down some of the best comments on the internet, and then give our opinions in the final verdict. And if that sounds interesting to you, and it damn well should, there's a subscribe button down here. I would like it if you hit it. Also, we got a Facebook page real quick. That's facebook.com/co-oping toward hatred. No hyphen in there because that's not how URLs work.
Hyphens suck.
Yeah. Oh, and share it with your friends. Tell everybody everything. Friends, enemies, just shout it from the rooftops.
I mean, yes.
Today
Okay.
we are talking about the highly anticipated game that
Here we go.
everybody's excited for.
No Man's Sky. What? That was a thing, right?
Yeah, No Man's Sky is still a thing
Okay.
for about another 20 minutes.
All right.
Metal Gear Survive. We saw a trailer. Gamescom's going, or actually it just ended. Gamescom just ended. They showed a CG trailer. This no gameplay, which is very important. I'm going to talk about that a lot. And it's a 4-player co-op game set in the Metal Gear universe. Why don't you give us the breakdown?
All right, here's the breakdown. This is from Joe Screbbles at IGN.com. Konami has revealed few concrete details about the game at this point, barring a teaser trailer above.
Not above here. It was above in the article.
Hey, I'm just doing exactly the quote. All right, but it will be built for 4-player co-op play, and will have players using brand new weaponry to fight off enemies. A Konami fact sheet refers to the game as survival done the Metal Gear way.
Yes. So it's basically like a 4-player kind of horde mode kind of thing, but since Metal Gear is a stealth game, that is going to make it feel a lot different than, say, your Left 4 Dead's or whatever.
You kind of wonder, is it going to... How would Left 4 Dead feel with sneaking?
I don't know. But I mean, there's been some additional information because this was like 2 or 3 days ago. They have talked about it a little bit more. It seems like it's going to play as far as the gameplay, just like Metal Gear Solid 5. They're not building it from the ground up. They're using a lot of Metal Gear Solid 5 gameplay and assets, and that might sound like a ripoff to some people, but it's very important to note they've also said this will not be a $60 game. We don't know how much it's going to be exactly, but not
80.
full price. Yes.
That would not surprise me.
Okay, in that case, you're getting screwed. All right, so how about some reaction?
Yeah, sure.
From across the World Wide Web.
Okay, you go ahead. You go first.
I got, this is a hell of a name to pronounce. I got Bastien de Brujon on YouTube.
Oh.
Who says...
Him.
Yes, the infamous de Brujon. That's probably not even close to
Okay.
right. He says, Konami, please go bankrupt. You are just like EA now, maybe even worse.
Ooh.
What did EA do to this guy? Did EA shit in your cereal? Also, by the way, you shouldn't... Konami employs a lot of people. You just never root for anybody to go bankrupt because you don't like a game.
That's true.
That's just ridiculous.
I mean, you shouldn't root for anyone to go bankrupt, if you ask me.
Except for Nazis. Maybe.
Whatever. Either way. Is that it? That's the whole quote? That's the whole thing?
Yes.
Oh, man, that guy sucks.
That guy does
That's
suck.
it?
Yeah.
All right, I'll read one here.
Go
All
ahead.
right, this is from The Verge. Danilo Mina says, no. Just no. As a fan of the franchise since the PS1 era, this simply is unforgivable. This is totally generic, uninspired, get your wallets out, bitches approach. Metal Gear games were considered almost art when released and totally changed the way people looked at games, inspiring many others. Example, the stealth factor that Metal Gear Solid 1 brought into shooters, and spawning a whole new genre of games. This is simply hideous and must not be tolerated! All caps. It was all caps.
See, this is going to be kind of a recurring problem, I think. Is that... Listen, I know a lot of people like Metal Gear. As a matter of fact, I love Metal Gear 5. We did a video of our top 10 games last year, and that was my number one.
Yeah.
Even though I've not been a fan of the series overall, I love that one. But Metal Gear is not sacred. It's not untouchable. No video game is sacred, all right? Just relax a little bit. It's okay if you like it. but to say it's untouchable. I had one guy tell me on Facebook that Hideo Kojima is an auteur. Fucking relax, all right? The guy made a stealth game.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I got Navizadi on IGN. This is kind of a long one. Honestly, anybody who supports this blasphemous corporate sacrilege should be ashamed to call themselves a gamer. Real talk. He's not faking, that's real talk.
Okay.
It's outrageous. Taking another man's art, something he dedicated himself to with a passion, care, and 30 years of his 52-year life. What?
Did he die?
Is he 52? He can't be 52.
He's got to be 52.
And using to sell pretty much an entirely different game, which, by the way, they've done that before with Kojima, that itself is a ripoff of another game. What is this fuckery? This is a bad April Fool's joke, and there should be a petition in protest of it, because that always works.
An online one,
yes.
Especially.
Supporting this game is supporting the death of gaming culture. I don't know what gaming culture is. Hashtag fuck Konami.
Why does everyone have to always speak in hyperbole?
Oh, boy.
This is ridiculous.
What is this fuckery?
I love that word, by the way. That's a great word.
I give him credit for that, but there should be a petition is one of my favorite things. What is...
All right.
Okay, Metal Gear has had spin-offs before. There was a whole sword-fighting Metal Gear, so let's relax and pretend that Metal Gear has to be these stealth games. They've went into different genres before. It's okay. It's just before Kojima was involved, now he's not, which I'm sorry he doesn't own the IP. Konami does.
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah. You stole the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry.
You fuckery.
Yes.
All right. I have one here. This is from Eurogamer by number 1024. Thank you, 1024. Wormhole in Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even mention
WTF? What's that sound I hear? It sounds like someone clutching at straws. No, wait. It sounds more like some scraping the bottom of a barrel. What's that smell? It smells like a turd.
Isn't it grasping at straws, not clutching at them usually?
Yeah, it's grasping at straws.
Wow. Yeah, we didn't mention
that. That really has
story.
no comment on anything, but he did mention the wormhole. All right, I'll give him the wormhole.
Yes. All right. We didn't mention the story because it doesn't fucking matter. But essentially, Big Boss, who is not Solid Snake, who's also not Liquid Snake, who's also not Naked Snake. I don't know what the fuck. This story that makes no goddamn sense. He had a base of a bunch of soldiers. This is like in between games. Wormholes have come and sucked up the soldiers into an alternate universe. None of it matters. But the whole point to me is that it's a non-canon thing to the Metal Gear story.
I don't know. I mean, who cares? It's Metal Gear Solid does some crazy shit. So
they always have. I mean, that's what I don't understand.
You know,
I was going to mention this in my verdict, but people who are claiming that Metal Gear's never been about zombies. Well, first of all, that's partially untrue because there were zombified guys in Metal Gear 5, but despite that, even Metal Gear has had vampires. Metal Gear has had a dude who can control fire and makes a humpback whale out of fire. Metal Gear has had this psychic assassin floating around in a gas mask. Let's not pretend that zombies are a bridge too far.
Now, the thing about zombies, though, a zombie game that's typically just run and gun style gameplay, and that's not Metal Gear Solid.
No.
You know? So I think that might be why a lot of people are getting kind of pissy about it.
Sure, but...
I mean, if this is a spin-off game, I mean, who knows,
exactly.
man? It's cool. Whatever.
I think it is going to be cool. But all right, now we're already kind of segueing into the verdict, so
okay,
let's just get into it. All
right.
This is the verdict. Scotton? I think I did that in the last video, too.
I should just change my name.
I'm trying to say like something like clever, like Scootin' Scotty or something.
I used to tell people my
out.
full name was Scotland, and I actually fooled someone once. It was fun.
All right, Scotland.
But, my verdict.
Oh boy, are gamers whining too much about this, or should they shut up?
Hell yeah, they're whining too much about this. Just give it a break. I think we've already given good points on it. Like it's just deal with it. It's a spin-off. I mean, Kojima's not Jesus Christ. I mean, maybe he is to some people, but
other people can make good games.
And Konami owns the IP. Yeah, you know what? It does kind of suck. You know, you don't want, other. I'm blanking. Who did Mario?
Miyamoto.
Miyamoto, duh. Obviously, like don't want him to all of a sudden not make Mario games and give someone else a Mario game to make. I mean, I don't know.
But that's kind of happened.
Has it? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
granted, I don't work at Nintendo, as you might have guessed.
It probably has, but still.
I don't think he's very hands-on anymore.
Probably not. Yeah. But I mean, that's kind of my point. Like, it doesn't matter. They're still good games, you know? I can see why people be pissy about it, but the games are good. I mean, maybe not every game would be good, but this game doesn't look terrible. It's just, let's wait and see what the reviews say when it comes out or whatever.
It's using the gameplay from the game that everybody loved, including me.
I know, it's just fanboys, you know, getting their panties in a bunch, which I can understand, but, you know, get over yourself. It'll be fine. The verdict is stop whining.
Yes. You know, Halo moved on without Bungie. Gears of War moved on without Cliff Bleszinski. It's okay, everybody. Just calm down.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of stuff to say.
All right, go through it quick.
Oh, fuck. All right, here's the most important thing. This was a CG trailer. We haven't seen any gameplay yet, so
yeah.
I don't know what you're upset about. We do know that this will be the same gameplay as Metal Gear 5, which, as I said, we all loved that game. I hate the story of Metal Gear. I think I've made that pretty clear, and I might even continue on it more in a little bit. But the gameplay of that game was so strong that it didn't matter. And if this uses the same gameplay, I'm happy to get more of it. I'm even happier to share it with 3 other people. Co-op games are awesome. I actually think this idea is pretty brilliant because a co-op game naturally puts story on the back burner, which, look, I'm sorry, Metal Gear's story has but Metal Gear's story has been weak. People like to say that Metal Gear 1 changed the way storytelling's done in games, and maybe that's true, but since then it's gone off the rails, and it's okay because it has this strong gameplay, and that's what this game's focusing on. You know, a lot of people are comparing it. Have you seen that Resident Evil Umbrella Corps game that came out like a month ago?
No, not really.
It's really bad.
I really have no interest in it.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't. It's terrible.
You know what? I don't have any interest in this game either.
I
could care less about Metal Gear.
Me neither, but it was so much fun to play.
It's a cool game. I played the first 2 a lot, but I just really don't care.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is a lot of people are comparing this to Umbrella Corps, and I think that's ridiculous because Umbrella Corps invented their gameplay from the ground up. This is using gameplay we already know is fucking cool. The only kind of salient argument against it is I've seen a lot of people just say they don't want to give their money to Konami, and I get that. That makes sense, even though, granted, we really haven't heard their side of the story, but
I can't believe we still don't know what happened.
Yeah, I know. We probably it's very secretive. It's weird. You know, for all I know, Kojima could have been a dick to work with, but I understand that
probably was.
You don't. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's probably somewhere in the middle.
Most
probably
creative
both jerks.
Geniuses are.
Yeah. They're probably jerks on both sides of this.
Yeah.
But I understand if you don't want to give your money to Konami, that makes sense. But people who are saying this is already a bad game, you haven't seen anything to be good or bad yet. So just relax. And the other thing is a lot of people are saying, you know, Metal Gear should be left alone. That was never going to happen.
Yeah.
That was naive.
You know what else should be left alone? Fast and the Furious. So, Indiana Jones.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know.
That just wasn't going to happen. It was unrealistic. And this is the best way that Konami can still make money off Metal Gear, but they're not really, since it's like it's non-canon, it's this alternate universe, they're not touching what you love. They're not adding to Kojima's story. They're not changing Kojima's story. They're not modifying it in any way. This is a spin-off. It's non-canon. So, you know, I don't get it.
I don't know, dude. I think it's still funny though.
Yeah.
The wormhole takes you to zombie land.
Yeah, I know, it's silly.
It's
but
pretty awesome.
When I'm fucking stealthing around killing zombies. And by the way, we also don't know that zombies are the only enemies in this game.
Hey, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
We don't know shit yet. We've seen 2 minutes of a CG trailer. Everybody, calm down.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of this a lot like Red Dead Redemption's Undead Nightmare, which was
okay.
It was DLC. But it also came as a standalone disc if you wanted it that way. So the only difference is really this will not be DLC for Metal Gear. It's only standalone, but it's not $60. So, you know, and it uses the same gameplay as Metal Gear 5. So I'm kind of considering it sort of DLC. And I love everybody loved Undead
Yeah, like
Nightmare.
how do you think it'll be priced? Maybe 30, 40?
I'm thinking 40.
That's what I'm leaning towards.
Which I'd be happy to play. Obviously, our channel's about co-op games. I love co-op games, so this is perfect for me. I'm really excited for this game. And the last thing, which is actually kind of tying into the fact that this does not touch Kojima's story. A lot of people are just saying that this should be its own IP. Basically, it shouldn't be a Metal Gear game.
Yeah.
But we know that game developers come out and said this a million times. That games with a 2 at the end or part of a franchise or anything, they just sell better than new IPs. That's your fault, by the way.
That's true.
You know, you say you want this to be a new IP, but you didn't support Battleborn, you didn't support Evolve, you don't support new IPs. Blame yourself.
Yeah, what kind of fuckery is this?
Yes. Blame yourself. If you buy new IPs, they'll make new IPs. Yeah! Suck it, nerds. I'm done. I meant that to throw higher. It didn't really work.
Oh, well. We still looked cool.
Bye. Love you guys.
Bye.
Hey jerks, this is Johnny Vinyl, and if you like the video you just watched, you can click right here to see our next one. And you can click on this part of our professional green screen, and you'll subscribe, and you'll never miss one of our videos.
Shit, my arm's getting tired. God damn it. Shit.
Dude.
My arm.